Hello, everybody. Have you ever wondered how is the life of a graduate student in Korea?
We are Marco and Christian, and we are graduate student at KAIST, South Korea.
Well, let's find out how is the life of one of us or both of us here in Korea. Let's start. Christian, tell us, how long have you been in Korea?
Well, I'm almost here like 2 years doing my master degree. How about you, Marco?
Well, I've been here almost 6.5 years. I came a long time ago, so I have it's a long experience here.
So where do you live then?
I live in a little apartment outside campus in KAIST. It's not that far. It's like 15 minutes far from here by walking. But you can also come by bicycle, or there's like shuttle buses and stuff like that. So it's easy to come from outside campus to my classes and to my laboratory. What about you, Christian?
Well, in my case, I just live in the dormitory inside the KAIST. It's really good dormitory, I think, compared with other universities. And also, it's really cheap. I only pay maybe 100,000 per month.
100,000 Korean won. Daejeon is a pretty cheap city compared to Seoul or other parts of Korea, like Busan or other cities.
I think that the only difference is we don't have kitchen. So in our case, if we want to cook something, we need to go to the international kitchen, and then we can cook there. But inside the dormitory, we don't have it.
Can tell us a little bit about how is a regular day for you here in KAIST? What do you do in the dormitory as soon as you wake up?
Well, okay. First, I wake up around maybe 8 a.m. or something like that. Then I start like go to the bathroom and wash my teeth, wash my face. I get dressed into work and then come to work. Sometimes I stop in Dunkin' Donuts or some other place in KAIST to have a small breakfast, and then go to the laboratory.
For me, I wake up a little bit later than you. I wake up like 8:30. I wake up like 8:30. I like to also I like to cook my breakfast, and then I come to the campus. Well, Christian, tell us a little bit. After you arrive to KAIST, you go to your laboratory, right?
Yeah.
Your research. But when you get hungry, what do you eat for lunch? What do you usually do?
That's something new in Korea. So most of the people in Korea, they have the lunch at like 11:30.
Early.
Too early, I think. But it's fine. I mean, in the cafeteria, you can eat the lunch 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. In my case, with my lab mates, we like to go together. So we ask to everyone, hey, you are ready to eat the lunch? And then we say, okay, yeah, okay. And everyone go to the cafeteria, have the lunch together. I think that is a good way to keep the laboratory together.
You guys go all together to the cafeteria. Which one do you like the most? I heard that East Cafeteria is the best, right?
The East Cafeteria is close to my laboratory.
I don't eat outside that much. I like cooking for myself. But I remember once we went to the cafeteria together with your laboratory as well.
Yeah.
And we had lots of fun. We had some mukbang stuff. we tried to gather some food, and we did some really nice things. It was really nice time that we had there in the East Cafeteria.
Sometimes we don't go to cafeteria. We say, oh, okay, so today is a special day. Or maybe we're just tired to be in campus, and we say, our lab mate, how about go eating outside campus?
Oh, outside, yeah. That was a big question. What is the food like outside campus? What do you like?
Where beef, pork, buffets, or like Korean traditional restaurant, or also like Japanese traditional restaurant.
I have a favorite restaurant there. There is a Japanese place. There is this meal called tonkatsu, and it's really tasty. We go there often, Christian. We go there like once a week, I think.
Yeah,
but it's pretty tasty. You have your favorites. Whatever food you like, even if it's you have some restrictions. If you're vegetarian, vegan, halal, any kind of food you like, I'm pretty sure you can find something around outside campus. It's also not that expensive.
Yeah, actually,
it's not that expensive, so it's pretty cool. I think we spend around 7,000 won.
Yeah, 7,000 won
for a meal, so it's not bad. It's not bad.
How about life in laboratory. What do you usually do in the laboratory?
In laboratory, well, I am part of the integrated organics electronics laboratory. So that lab focuses on electronic technologies using organic compounds. So mostly OLEDs or organic solar cells, that kind of tech. But overall, all around our department, we can find many kinds of research. Like we can find AI, we can find electrical machines, we can find the computing, lots of things. Like your research, Christian, yours is also pretty cool.
Well, in my case, I'm in quantum computing and artificial intelligence. We separate into two teams. One is experimental and theoretical team. In my case, I work doing experimental.
You're like optical, me, experiment.
It's in optical communications and also I do some simulations. So I have to be in the laboratory and also in the research room.
Yeah, it's the same for me. We spend a lot of time reading. We spend a lot of time gathering material and then doing experiments, a lot of them. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty similar for other laboratories as far as I know. Electrical engineering is very much towards experiments.
Also, good projects also.
Oh, good projects.
Yeah,
that is true. That is true. We have pretty good projects, pretty interesting things you can join if you're interested in to come into KAIST.
And how about after you finish your work? Then you go to your house. You go out to get some dinner. What do you do?
Well, depends. Today, after recording this, what's for dinner? But
what's for dinner, man? What are you going to invite me?
Well, since it's winter and I don't like walking, I think that we should order something for delivery.
Oh, delivery is really good in Korea.
I think that's one of my favorite things in Korea is like how delivery works. It's like
it's faster.
It's way faster than any other place I've been. It's convenient and you can also find lots of food. We can order pizza or chicken, anything you want.
Chicken pizza? Oh, chicken with pizza.
Or chicken with pizza, that's the best. More than tasty, it's super fast. Like we can order it in like 20 minutes, we have it here. I remember I was with some friends in Seoul one time and we were at the river and we ordered some chicken and it was so good service that they delivered it on the riverside. We didn't have any address or anything. We just put our GPS location with the phone and they found us. It was amazing. It was really cool. Have you traveled outside Daejeon, outside the city? Have you been other places in Korea?
Yeah, of course. I went to Seoul, to Suwon, to Busan, and I think that traveling around Korea is pretty easy. They have many ways to do transportation.
Like you can take trains and buses, and there's this KTX train that's super fast. It can take you pretty much anywhere around Korea. Like there is beaches, mountains, many places.
Another thing is how you do shopping here, because well, Korean is different language. So how do you do shopping?
What I usually find useful for me is shopping online. Different stores. Korea has also variety of places where you can shop. Of course, for women, there's more variety than men. But I like one that's called Uniqlo. Uniqlo is, I think, a Japanese store. Even if I cannot find the size in the store, I can find the size online usually.
So what happens if you get the wrong size? How do you return the package?
You can exchange it. You go to the store and they exchange it for you. There is no problem. Of course, if you don't speak Korean, you can use different apps for translation, and there is no problem.
Yeah, so that's my main question. So, do you think that speak Korean is something important that you need to do to come to KAIST or Korea in general?
Well, I think it would be useful if you come here with some basics. Like I think like just saying hello, just saying please take me somewhere could be helpful. But I know a lot of people that came here with no knowledge of Korean. You came like that. No knowledge of Korean, and they have learned pretty fast. Hangul is the alphabet of Korean language, and you can learn that in a week. And then the basics, it's no problem. There is different classes here in KAIST. There is the language center that gives classes for foreign students, and there is also government classes that I think you're taking those.
Yeah,
right?
I took some government classes, and also there is KAIST International House, Key House.
Yes.
That also give some personal classes for
They,
Korean.
they give one-on-one classes.
One-on-one
right?
class,
They
yeah.
give one-on-one classes, and you can practice your Korean, your speaking, your pronunciation. It's pretty cool, and they're free, right?
Yeah, they are free.
They're free classes, so there is no problem with that. Also, the government classes, they're free, so we're gonna put the information of all those classes. We're gonna put all the information on the description
of the video.
To finish this, I think that if you're interested into coming to KAIST, there is application processes twice a year. For graduate students, you can find all the information on the laboratories, on the research KAIST does in the webpage for KAIST Electrical Engineering. We're gonna leave that in the description as well. And also we're gonna leave the links for the application process. What about like scholarships and stuff like that?
Well, for KAIST, there is an international student scholarship.
So if you get admitted, every student that gets admission gets a scholarship, and they will cover the whole tuition fee, and they will cover some life expenses. But those depend on your major, those depend on your laboratory, and those depend on if you're undergraduate or
And
graduate
your advisor
students.
also.
And your advisor. It depends on many things.
Yeah.
But I must say that overall, every international student that comes to KAIST has their tuition and life expenses covered.
Yes.
So there is not much problem with that.
If anyone have any question, just let us in the comment, and we can
Put it in the comments, and we'll try to solve the questions.
Yes.
Pretty much.
So for me, is that all?
Remember to give us a like, and I will say subscribe as well. And thank you for watching again. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Goodbye, man.